Welcome to Supplements Demystified. In today's video we will be discussing the amino acid glutamine. We will be going over its effects on the immune system, gut health, muscle recovery and brain function. We are also going to cover how much to take and when to take it for our specific goals. Let's dive in. Glutamine is a conditionally essential amino acid. It is produced naturally in the skeletal muscle, lungs, adipose tissue and liver. From there it is transported via the bloodstream to everywhere else in the body. When we get acutely injured, or during times of stress and illness, glutamine levels can drop. In order to correct the deficiency, we must get glutamine either from diet or via supplementing. Because glutamine is a naturally occurring building block of proteins, it is found in a variety of foods. We can get 3 to 6 grams daily, assuming we eat a healthy and varied diet. Some foods that are high in glutamine include eggs, beef, turkey, fish, milk, tofu, white rice and corn. Glutamine is essential for keeping the immune system strong. Our immune cells depend on it as a fuel source in order to survive, proliferate and defend our body against pathogens. When we get sick, the demand for glutamine increases dramatically, and if we aren't getting enough, our immune function is impaired and we have trouble healing. A study in the Journal of Amino Acids followed groups of patients who underwent things like invasive surgeries, radiation treatments, bone marrow transplants or traumatic injuries. Those who received glutamine as a part of their treatment plan were able to not only maintain muscle mass and gut integrity, but also had much better immune function. Bone marrow transplant patients who received glutamine had lower levels of infection and shorter hospital stays. Another study in the Journal of Nutrition in Clinical Practice demonstrated that glutamine consistently reduced mortality and hospital stays of patients with burn injuries. Burn injuries are among the most severe metabolic stresses a patient can sustain. Glutamine was able to demonstrate significant reductions of gram-negative bacteremia by boosting the immune system. In fact, the evidence of glutamine supporting immune function is so strong that the European Society for Parenteral and Enteral Nutrition has guidelines recommending glutamine supplementation for burn-injured patients. The gut is the largest immune organ in the body and contains not only our own cells, but also trillions of microbes that make up our gut flora. While the microbes in the intestines have a symbiotic relationship with the human body, it is up to the intestinal and immune cells to keep them in check and maintain a healthy gut barrier. Glutamine directly supports gut health in several ways. It has a positive impact on sustaining the balance of the gut microbiome by feeding gut cells. It increases the expression of tight junction proteins and strengthens the integrity of the intestinal lining. It also helps to minimize the inflammatory response when the gut mucosa is irritated. A study in the British Journal of Surgery shows glutamine has benefits for ulcerative colitis and inflammatory bowel disease. Oral glutamine was able to improve gut mucosal permeability, and lowered the amount of endotoxins entering the bloodstream from inside the intestines. Another study in the Journal of Nutrition found that extra glutamine protects against gastric damage and ulcers caused by H. pylori. Researchers demonstrated that glutamine improved gastric cell health and mucosa, aided in detoxification, and improved immune response against the pathogen. Glutamine has a controversial history when it comes to how useful it is for muscle gain and strength. While it won't put pounds of muscle on your frame, it has tremendous benefits to recovery. When glutamine is taken daily over the course of at least 5 days, it increases muscle glycogen synthesis and reduces ammonia accumulation from exercise. While ingesting glutamine alone promotes glycogen resynthesis in skeletal muscle, it seems to have a synergistic effect when combined with carbohydrates and creatine. Taking all three during and post-exercise can improve recovery even further, allowing you to train more intensely and frequently. Glutamine supplementation also reduces markers of muscle damage and oxidative stress. This is extremely important for athletes who accumulate a lot of trauma and fatigue from exhaustive and prolonged exercise. These protective effects on the muscle lead to less delayed muscle soreness and faster recovery. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated even as little as 2 grams of glutamine can significantly increase growth hormone levels. The study subjects had their blood samples analyzed 30 and 60 minutes after supplementing glutamine. The results showed markedly increased growth hormone levels while the placebo group exhibited no change. Glutamine also plays an important function in brain health. It is a precursor to the neurotransmitters glutamate, aspartate, and GABA, and can have a profound effect on alertness, concentration, memory, and mood. A study in the Journal of Psychiatry and Neuroscience demonstrated that a neuronal deficiency of glutamine caused disturbances in neurotransmitter levels in the brain. Low levels of glutamine were associated with feelings of dread, worry, and depression. Individuals experiencing this drop in glutamine have a tendency to rely on sugary foods, drugs, or alcohol to relax. Once glutamine levels are restored, cravings for sugar and alcohol tend to normalize. Now that we are familiar with the research and benefits, let's go over dosing for each specific purpose. For the goal of supporting immune function, take 2 to 5 grams daily. For supporting your gut health and microbiome, take anywhere between 5 to 10 grams daily with a glass of water either on an empty stomach or before a meal. To get the muscle recovery benefits of glutamine, you can take 5 to 10 grams before your training sessions, and another 5 to 10 grams after. For bonus benefits, you can combine glutamine, creatine, and a carbohydrate in your post-workout drink. If your goal is strictly brain health support, take anywhere between 2 to 5 grams daily to boost cognition, mood, and memory. And here is a little bonus tip. If you struggle with obsessive thoughts about food or are prone to overeating on carbohydrates and sugar, take 1 to 2 grams of glutamine in water before a meal. This will help curb some of those cravings. Remember, start with a small dose of 1 to 2 grams to see how you react. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.